When I first heard that I had to take public speaking this year as a requirement, I wasn't too thrilled. I think I have a pretty good, or at least I thought I had a pretty good understanding of public speaking and how to professionally speak without making myself look like a fool. But looking back, I'm really glad that I took this class. I learned so many useful and helpful tools that'll make me a better professional. Back, my friends, my family, and her coworkers all said that I was very professional and conveyed myself in a very well kept manner. And I honestly thought that because of that, I didn't really need to take public speaking. Because if I can deliver a speech in such a difficult situation, I can deliver a speech in any situation. But I was dead wrong. This year, we learned so many useful things. One of which being, I think, being the most important is establishing your credibility as a speaker. Just because you're up there talking does not mean that everyone should be listening to you. You have to provide yourself with factual backings and logic to help convey to the audience that you deserve to be up there and that the audience should be listening to you. Another thing that I think is very important is being able to speak extemporaneously. Being able to speak extemporaneously and not having anything to read off of is crucial because you're not always going to have something to read off of. For example, if you're in a job interview and your boss or your or potential boss asks you to speak about something, you're just going to have to get up and do it. And if you don't do a good job, you're not going to get hired. Looking back, though, on all the assignments that we did this year, I think the one that I found the most enjoyable and unique was the significant speech. For one, we got to not only deliver the speech extemporaneously, but manuscript, and that gave me the opportunity to directly compare both and see which one I liked more. I also found it very cool because I got to analyze one of my favorite baseball players' speeches and connect that back to my life in a way that I never really had done so before. One of my biggest challenges this year was practicing my speeches. Because I thought that I was pretty good at public speaking, I would often be lackadaisical on how much I would practice before each speech, and sometimes that would affect me in my grade because I would get up and I would be unprepared. However, overall, I think I did a very solid job and learned a lot this year with all of the assignments that we did. I find public speaking useful to me as an advertising and public relations major because it's very important that I convey myself in a professional manner in all situations. Part of public advertising and public relations is being able to effectively convey your message to your audience or your product to your audience. And if you don't do that in a professional manner, you will not have success. Tying back to what I said earlier about establishing your credibility, I think these two things go hand in hand. If you can establish your credibility, people will listen to you and people will buy the things that you're selling.